Hello, Shep and Max here at the Sun Valley Auto Club, and Max went picking over this last week, and he came home with a real winner. Max, what'd you find here?
I found a 1972 Hurst Olds original car from the original owner. He purchased it new back in '72, and he's had it ever since. And I found it sitting in one of his mini garages on his big farm in southern Idaho. And it's just really well kept and in great condition, so we'll take a look at that.
And you know it's a one-owner how. You know, a lot of people say a lot of different things about cars. Us being in the business, people hold us for a little bit higher standards. So what kind of documentation do you have that we can say this is absolutely a one-owner car?
Well, here, check this out. I've got the original Protecto plate. That is the VIN number. One thing to note, 3 is Oldsmobile, and then we'll see the M there. That's for Michigan. This car was built in the Lansing, Michigan plant. All the Hurst Olds, that's the only place they came from. So that's pretty darn true right there. We also have this Hurst document here. That doesn't have the VIN number, so I can't specifically tie it to the car. Looks pretty darn original, but what I can tie to the car is that's the owner, and this is where it went to. It went to this Twin Falls dealership, and the VIN number is there, and there's our '72 date. I also have a copy of the original option kit there for the Hurst conversion, and that's dated. You can see date of invoice and date shipped of '72, and here's our option list as well.
Great, and we're going to have these scanned in on our Zenfolio photo log as well. So, and title, so we've got, do we have any other original bill of sale or anything like that?
Nope, it's just this copy.
So we've got that warranty guide with the owner's name as well as the title and our bill of sale. And it's fun sitting there listening to your story. It had to have been fun just talking, because I know that you're asking him some of these same questions of like, well, what about the engine?
Right.
You know, can we verify, you know, the engine as far as can we see if that is numbers matching? And to a guy who's owned this car his whole life, he's like, well, I'm here to tell you.
It's never been out.
It's never been out.
Yeah.
Once again, you know, we had to do our due diligence, and we have verified that it is a numbers matching engine. So really fun find.
The data tag also describes this car being a Hurst vehicle and also in this exact color combo.
Yeah, and you've got to have that W45 on that data tag as well. So and this the Hurst 72 was also the pace car, correct?
That's correct. It was the first year too that a non-major automotive manufacturer, you know, somebody like Hurst or you know a Shelby, sponsored or was a pace car for the Indy 500. And that was this year, 1972. Great
piece of history. Yeah. And so when we first started telling me about that, I was like, I don't know, pace car. I for one really don't like the stickers on the side, and pleasantly surprised this didn't. And I think you were informing me to get the pace car stickers. That actually say Indy 500. That was a dealer added option, correct?
It was, and they're typically used as promotional pieces to have in their showroom. I've got a cool little document that describes exactly that.
The only, other than the gold stickers that are on there that I see as far as a pace car is right there. Hurst Old 72 Indy 500 pace car. So this really works for me because I can appreciate the history. I was at the track this year. It's a lot of fun, but on my cars, I don't need to see that big insignia and stickers on it.
Well, I should note, we're kind of getting into it. First off, it's extremely collectible, being one of 629 Hurst Olds ever produced. So that's kind of a big deal.
So you're basically saying it doesn't really matter what I think?
Yep. It's a rare car.
You're like, hey.
It's highly collectible.
This is what I would do. You're like, Chef, it really doesn't matter. And that might be a good segue into why we're leaving it just in this condition. People love finding these old cars and then just creating value by cleaning them up, and going through it. You know, this is a video, it's tough to see. Photos will do it different. But really, out of the tomato barn, you know, one owner, just this guy's car, well kept, and we're just going to leave it just as it is, and then the next owner can decide where he wants to go with it. So, you know, you've got it in its barn fine condition.
Yeah, so you're looking at dirt. The car is dirty, but underneath that,
It wouldn't take much.
it wouldn't, and I mean, that's all original. He never replaced any of the materials inside, never had to. He always kept it well preserved. So right underneath that dirt, it would shine up really well, but I think it's kind of fun to see a car in its dirty element.
Yeah, the seams aren't split, the headliner's tight, you know, your dome lights work.
Yeah. Even the console light in the back here works as well. It's pretty neat.
Your door panels are in fantastic condition. You know, unmolested dash.
Yeah, and it's got an 8-track in there, which is pretty fun. Of course, the Hurst dual gate shifter right there, which is really kind of what set this car apart from any other Cutlass.
And then the owner did never restored, but he did paint his car once a long time ago, and so it's not factory paint. Should let you know that. And then with the paint job, you're going to see, there you go, orange peel, and it's basically on the fiberglass on the hood. Do you see that orange peel present anywhere else, Max, or is it mostly contained to that?
It's prominent on the hood.
It's prominent on the hood.
He did assure me that he used the correct color code. He said he did it about 15 years ago, but it is in the correct color code, as well as those are Hurst specific decals. The 3M kit. And those wheels too are the correct gold color. I think that's a Sherwin-Williams paint.
And with a matching spare as well. Well, let's open up trunk and engine compartment. We're about 7 minutes. We can go through the start up the engine, go through the lights, but it's very much a functioning car as it sits. I mean, Max went out and test drove it. I've driven it around here, drove it down to the private airport and back to get a feel for it, and you know, so it's not a project car in the sense that you know, possibly fix the hood and clean it up. Is that fighting you again?
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the switch.
Okay. But once again, it's not. We're not considering this a project car. You're gonna hear the engine roar. There you go. There's a pop there. Makes it easier in fighting that key.
That's another way to tell that this was a Hurst vehicle too. Those should be on springs for the trunk to do that. Really nice and dry under here. That's what I love about Idaho.
Yeah. And there's the secondary mat back there as well, which is, we usually don't see that.
Nice and dry, factory coating.
Yeah, non-quartered.
Yeah.
You know, and even the chrome is in just great shape.
I know, underneath that little mist of dirt there, it's definitely factory. I've seen so many of these that are just out of control, wavy, really pitted.
Yeah, our detailer's going crazy that we're not letting him hit those trumpets. He's like, that's fine, guys. I'll not do this one, but don't make it a habit of this. I'll be out of a job. But
it does feel a little weird presenting a dirty car, but if we're gonna do it, this is a cool one to do it with.
Yeah, it's great just showing it in the condition that we found it. Really tells the story a little bit more, but who knows? Maybe somebody will leave the dirt on there for the value. I can imagine somebody just having one hell of a fun weekend with their new car and watching the transformation.
So that is a 455. It is an AC car with power brakes, power steering. It is.
Yeah, and look at all this original mesh.
Yeah.
You just never see that anymore.
Well, and a lot of times this air cleaner too will deteriorate in certain climates. That thing's in really great shape. There's the numbers matching as we stated earlier.
Just the screens are in place. Yeah, I'm sure you have photos of this, but you've got your data tag there with its W45 on it. We'll get photos of the engine stand. I'm not going to get it on the video. But really complete grill. One little niche notch. Running lights, headlights, brights, turn signal, turn signal. Okay, wipers, possible vacuum leak, and off. Okay, brake lights, got it. Running lights, turn, and turn. Reverse lights. Very cool. Showed you all the interior lights, how those are all working. Glove box, so just it's easy to say time capsule, but this truly is just one of those unmolested, just one of the cooler cars we've had. Fantastic early 70s, last of the true muscle cars of this era.
Yeah.
So Shep and Max here. If you want to talk to us, have any questions, you can give us a shout. A couple different cell numbers. Shep's at 208-721-1973.
And you can reach Max at 208-720-8854.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video or when you give us a shout.